Hi there, it's Jan here, and in this session I'm going to show you my 3 steps for a perfect and more powerful forehand. Step number 1. So again, we're going to apply my PLB tennis method because I know that use of the body, legs and the right position is crucial if we are to improve in our game, and especially if you want to have this beautiful, effortless and powerful forehand as a weapon. We really need to focus on these 3 most important things, because again, what we do there with the arm is not as difficult and as important as how much we use the position, the right position, the way we move around the court, how much we use the legs and how much we use the body in order to generate those beautiful forehands just like the pros do. So step number 1 is again getting the right position. And I'm also going to talk about the power position. So basically, when you see the pros and you see Federer and all these guys, you can always see they are very low in the nice position, always very well balanced. So the step number 1 for you is you want to look for the right balanced position. And ideally, especially if you play on a hard course, you want to have kind of a low position. So you want to stay nice and low, because if you're going to stay nice and low, you're going to be able to chase the ball much faster. So ideally, I would be somewhere around here. And then, by staying in that low position, again, some players like to be a bit lower, some players not so low, but it's very important to be kind of slightly bent here, all the way forward. So you always kind of slightly bent with your knees, okay? You don't want to stay there upright. Also, you can see my position is always on the way forward. You see Federer and all these guys, even in training or in a match, whatever, always leaning forward, yeah? So the weight of your body is already on the way forward, and this is again crucial if we're gonna generate those big massive forehands, because it's gonna be much easier for you to transfer the weight into that ball. Yeah, but we got a position, and also at the same time with this I'm gonna talk about a power position. So it's the preparation as you're getting, prior to the bounce. Basically, you're chasing the ball, you're getting there, but it's very important to start turning as you start moving. Some people commented on my videos, yeah, when do you start curling, when you start turning? As you move, before you move, at the same time. It's a simultaneous movement, yeah? So always start turning is a start moving, basically. So you can see, I'm gonna start, of course, you can focus on the left shoulder, that you're focusing on kind of that shoulder rotation, that the left shoulder comes here, yeah? Or some players just also focus that the right shoulder goes back. I mean, the idea is these 2 shoulders, they want to go to face the fence on the right-hand side, yeah? Again, if you put it nice and simple. So the ball's coming, the ball leaves the opponent's racket, I start moving, and I start turning at the same time. Watch my shoulders again. Hop. So I would be there. Now. Now, the backswing, basically the preparation, getting into that power position. This happens again at the same time because you start turning, the racket starts traveling, and you're not really moving your arms. This is connected, it goes together, the whole body. So as you start turning, the racket starts going to the side, of course. What also helps to point the racket up, as we know, because you're gonna point the racket up the head of the racket, and it's gonna be much easier for you just to drop it and just swing it through. You're gonna play with much more weight, and you're just gonna really punch that ball there, rather than having a racket down here, and then you would end up pushing it. So again, of course, this is also one of the parts, but again, I don't want to go much into that swinging pattern, because that's, again, it's not so difficult. We can do this very well. What we really need to work on is these 3 most important steps. So we're getting the right position, and then we're getting into the power position. So on my very last step, just before I will be kind of releasing everything going into that ball, on my very last step, you can see my racket will be around here. Something like this. You can see a lot of pros again, they are kind of still a bit closer to their body. They are not waiting at this moment yet all the way back, because that comes right after. So basically, let's say on the last step, I will be here. And you can also see, which is, again, this is probably the crucial point on the forehand. You want to watch my right leg, because on the very last step, as long as I have a time, as long as I'm not in defensive position, this will be kind of that nice deep attacking forehand. You want to step out always on the right leg. So you put weight of your body on the right leg, that will be the last step. So you're getting the position, then the last step. You're stepping out, watch the toe of my leg, up, yeah. And at this moment I'm getting that power position, racket facing up. Some players are a bit closer, some players a bit further. You find your balance, what works for you. Try not to be too close with your elbow to your body, yeah? Just something like this, yeah, I mean, again, where you feel comfortable, it's very important again, yeah? I feel comfortable here at the moment, and basically the racket is still facing up at this point. I'm on my right leg, and then from there, I would start just letting it go. And again, here we would create that power, that lagging effect, yeah? And then you just let the racket go, you just kind of swing it through. But again, you're not forcing it, you're super relaxed, the racket's gonna find a way there, yeah? And then, well, I'm gonna get into it a little bit later, but I just want to talk about this power position. That is very important to always play off your right leg, right foot, huh? Because you're gonna be always transferring the weight from the back leg, onto the front, huh? This is again crucial. You see every pro, Fernando Gonzalez forehand, stepping out, transfer, hitting through, huh? So it's crucial again to start using those legs, and that's when we're getting into the step number 2, the correct use of your legs. So the step number 2, the correct use of your legs. So you're getting that power position, yeah? We are there basically, so the last step, that's when we're finishing that power position. We are well balanced here. This arm is still pointing the fence at the moment because we're going together here. And now from here, it's very important to use those legs to generate that power, yeah? Because again, the power will come from this motion. You see how much I go up from the right? Now transfer it on the left, yeah? Always from the back onto the front. So back leg, down. You come up from the knees, yeah? And actually, when you really think about it, it's all about this kind of stretching here. I'm going down, yeah? So loading, releasing it, yeah? Everything on the back leg, release. If you do this properly, you're gonna start already feeling that huge difference, yeah? Because again, every time I enter club, when I work with some players, they just kind of go, there is no legs there, or they just kind of, they're not coming up from their legs. You really want to go up and up from the leg, and ideally, you really want to hit it with the right leg, fully extend it, as you hit, of course, because on the contact point, I would not be on the right leg anymore, yeah? I will be on the way on the left, basically. Hop, hop, and especially when you play on the clay, you can see clay court players. For example, Gustavo Kuerten, one of the best again from back then. I used to watch him a lot, you know, model his game on him also. You can see how high he is actually as he hits the ball. So he's really transferring so much, and at the moment of the contact, he's off ground. Yeah? That's how much he pushed from the right leg to really go into that ball, to really releasing it, letting it go. And this is again very crucial. Yeah? So you want to use your legs properly again to generate the power. And now we're gonna go into that step number 3. Step number 3, we're focusing on the ball body again, crucial. You want to put the weight of your body into that ball again. So the weight transfer starts, of course, is initiated with the legs again, yeah? That's why we're doing this there. But you want to be also aware that the right shoulder now and the upper part of your body really needs to go into that ball, yeah? That is a good exercise. When you start focusing on this forehand, then you're gonna be always, after you hit, you're gonna be always finishing, pointing with your t-shirt the left hand side, the fence on the left hand side, yeah? I also want to watch my shoulders, how much they travel. So I will be here, the power position. Now I'm gonna do the step 2 is the legs, and then of course is the body. So then I would really release it, but the whole body goes into it. So I will not be just here, just playing with the arm, but again, the body is going inside. So the whole body comes from right leg onto the left. And the right shoulder, ideally, after you hit it, you will be completely over-rotated on this side. When you see pros, you can always see perfectly. Left shoulder pointing this fence when they get a power position, and after, they are completely on the other side. So again, you want to be super flexible, of course, abdominals, lower back, the hips, yeah? You want to be super flexible. I always recommend to do these exercises every day in the morning, so you get nice and flexible here, so you can use the whole body rotation, and you can really start going through that ball with the whole body. So, right in all these steps, so you're getting the right position, early position, yeah, you're chasing the ball as soon as the ball is your opponent's racket. You're getting in that power position, the last step on the right leg, as long as you have a time, of course. If the ball will be short, you can still go like this, but you always come from the back leg onto the front leg. Yeah? So because the weight transfer always has to come from this part of your body. Then we have the use of the legs. So really coming from the leg, so after the power position, coming up from the leg, and that's very much connected again with the use of the body. So you go the leg there, and then the whole body comes, and you always want to be aware that the forehand is the right part of your body. That's what you want to use. This part of your body. This part of your body is there just for balance, basically. Yeah? Kind of the preparation there, hop, the shoulders, the hips, and then you go, and you release it, but you're really gonna punch the ball when you're gonna start using properly and start focusing mostly on the right part of your body. Yeah? When you're gonna do these 3 steps properly, I guarantee you're gonna start feeling massive difference. And what you're gonna do, I will show you a couple of examples again. So let's say I'm getting that nice power position right now. So I'm getting that nice power position, but I would not be using my legs much. So this would be again like typical player. He comes in, just go, yeah. And it's very hard because the power, there was nothing coming from the legs, so you just kind of end up pushing. And you end up kind of slapping the ball just with your arm, and it becomes very hard, and it's just not effortless, and you're gonna be getting injured in the shoulder and probably even in your elbow because there's so much tension in your arm suddenly. Now, if you're gonna be more relaxed, also of course it's very important to be super relaxed when we play, but you're gonna use that knees bend on the last step. So when you get in a power position, you're really going down, and then you go up from the leg. What it does is you're transferring the weight from the right leg onto the, onto the left, from the back onto the front, and you're really saving the job of your arm. It's just much easier for your arm. You're just gonna swing it because you are relying at this moment on the whole body. It's always better to use the whole body than just your arm, of course, as we know. So I will be here, up, and I'm really, you can see how much I'm just swinging through, but I'm really transferring, yeah, wherever I go. But as I'm going from the knees, as I'm going from the right knee, transferring from here onto that left, it's really easy in the way. I'm here, hop, yeah, of course. I will be on the clay, I will be coming more from like this and just really transferring it there. But you can just feel it, how simple it is when you just go from that knees back all the way into that ball, and you're transferring the whole body into that ball, yeah? At that moment already I'm putting a lot of power, and of course imagine with a live ball, I will be just crushing that ball there. Yeah? Yeah? So it's always very important to find your rhythm there, hop, 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 step into the ball, and again, right leg up into the ball, yeah? And you can see how much you're gonna develop the dynamic there, yeah? Once you have the nice rhythm, the nice feel, just gonna feel effortless. You're gonna have it. Right leg hop, and then the body follows, of course. And we're transferring from the right onto the left. And then it's over and over the same thing, yeah? I always say, what you're gonna do there with your arm is just gonna be the result of how well you apply all these 3 steps I just talked about, yeah? Because again, believe me, once you're gonna fix the position, the legs and the body, the last part is simple. It's just swinging through, because the arm with the racket is gonna copy the path of the whole body, what you do with your whole body. If I didn't have my racket, it's all that, huh? So really, the body does this, and the arm is just copying that natural motion that you create with the correct use of the body. Again, to be able to do this, we want to be super flexible, strong at the same time, of course, but I always say flexibility for me comes first. And if you have a flexibility and strength together, fantastic. And you're on the way. But we really need to focus on these 3 things and master them. You keep working on it every day. Yeah? So you're getting the right position, you're getting that power position, yeah? You're aware about the whole body, you come from the legs, and then you start using that legs, of course. You're transferring from the back leg on the front leg. And the body is a simultaneous movement, and at the same time, hop, hop, hop. And then you're gonna be crushing that ball. Of course, there is a lagging effect, yeah? But I'm not gonna talk about this because there will be another half an hour session. This will be just these 3 steps that will help you to have a perfect forehand, or much more powerful and effortless forehand. And I'll guarantee you, the moment you start focusing on this and applying these 3 things, you're gonna start feeling a difference. Also, please feel free to comment below, hit that subscribe button and notification. And also, if you would like to learn more, make sure to check out my free 5-day online tennis training event, 10x Pro Secrets. In those 5 days of my online tennis training event, you will learn everything about how to start having better forehands, backhands, how to fix the consistency, how to have more effortless strokes, how to serve better, how to return better, how to be more fitter, and how to start thinking just like a tennis pro. Once you start doing all these things, your tennis is gonna go from here up to here. So imagine that you can transform your tennis game in 5 days basically. I'm looking forward to see you next session for more, and let's transform your tennis game right now.